Hi everyone, I'm Wendy, and today I'm showing you how to make this sweet potato spice bread. This time of year, everyone's all about the pumpkin spice, but I think fall is all about sweet potatoes. So move over pumpkin spice and make room for this sweet potato spice bread. I start by making a vegan buttermilk substitute. I'm using half a cup of soy milk, and it's best to use a higher protein plant milk like pea milk or soy milk because that's what's going to help it curdle and become like buttermilk. To that, I'm adding half a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and I'll stir it and set it aside. Then to a mixing bowl, I'm adding 1 cup of oat flour and a half a cup of whole wheat flour. If you like, you could do all of one or the other type of flour. I like to do a combination because when you use only oat flour, sometimes baked goods will come out a little gummier. So adding a little bit of whole wheat flour will help prevent that. Then I like my bread to have a little extra texture, so I'm also adding half a cup of old-fashioned rolled oats. Next, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed, a 1/4 cup of date sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Then it wouldn't be spice bread without the spices. Here I have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of vanilla, half a teaspoon of ground ginger, a 1/4 teaspoon each of cloves, nutmeg, and cardamom, and just a pinch of allspice. Then before we add the wet ingredients, I'm going to whisk everything together to make sure everything's fully incorporated. Plus, sometimes your date sugar will have little lumps in it, so this will help to break that up. Then I'm adding 1 3/4 cups of mashed cooked sweet potato. I'm just using a regular orange sweet potato to give it that nice orange fall color. You could try other types of sweet potato, but you may need to adjust the liquid because some varieties are drier than the orange sweet potato. And you can cook your sweet potato however you like, whether it's boiling, steaming, or roasting. But you'll get the sweetest flavor by roasting your potatoes. And last but not least, I'm adding that vegan buttermilk. As you can see, it has thickened up while we were preparing the other ingredients. You'll stir this together until everything is well combined. At first, it might seem like you don't have enough liquid, but continue stirring until you get a thick batter. Then I'm adding this to a silicone loaf pan. If you're using a glass or metal pan, I would line it with parchment paper. Since we're not using any butter or oil, this will stick. I'll bake this at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 40 to 45 minutes. Whole food plant-based baking is a little bit different than traditional baking, so the toothpick method doesn't always work. I like to gently poke the top of my bread or cakes to make sure they're done. If it's really squishy and sinks down, it's not ready yet, but when it gently bounces back, it's ready to go. Then I'll set this on a cooling rack, and if you're using silicone, it's best to let it cool completely. If you try to remove it while it's still warm, it might stick and break apart, but if you let it cool, it comes out easily. You can serve this warm or cold for breakfast, dessert, or a snack. And I like to eat it plain. All of those spices in there give it such a wonderful flavor. But if you'd like, you can also add a little bit of almond butter or cashew butter to make it extra rich and decadent. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.